Florida, LSU. This is your Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit special. ABC, Saturday night primetime. 49.5 the total. LSU in Baton Rouge, 9.5-point home favorites in this game. Certainly smells, feels, looks like a huge buy low spot here on Florida, coming off the loss, obviously, against South Florida last week. Although their offense, man, shut down by a defense that, look, if South Florida is shutting you down like that, what could this LSU defense do? Because the LSU defense was, to say they were impressive against Clemson in that first game would be an understatement. And they do look like finally they've got a better defense this year. Now, was it the Louisiana Tech game last week, 23-7? Was it a flat spot? What was it? Because, I mean, they definitely went through the motions, you could tell. But the defense still played well. You know, only gave up the one touchdown late in the game. Excellent defense. Just it seemed like they were a little sleepy, LSU, which is why I thought Louisiana Tech plus, what was it, 37 was a good bet in that game.
Cash.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, they're just a little sleepy, LSU, going into that game. I'm not there with laying 10 yet with Brian Kelly. He might have his best team here at LSU this year. I don't think there's much denying that. Congrats. But no, I'm not laying 9.5 here against Florida. And Nussmeier looks like, you know, he's going to have a good year. They've obviously got Barry and Brown, good receiver. Aaron Anderson at defense finally looks like he's got a better defense this year. And with Florida unable to move the football against South Florida, that's a real concern. Trust in their offense to have a great deal more success here on the road against, like I said, an LSU defense that's looked very good, very dominant so far this year. But I'm still leaning Florida. I'm not ready to get there at 9.5 with LSU in this spot. And it is worth noting, Florida beat them last year, 27-16 when these teams met. It was a pretty even football game, even though Florida got the victory. So Florida played them pretty even, pretty tough last year. Yeah, it's just LSU to win's one thing, but it's still considered a big game. You know, and remember, LSU was down at halftime against Clemson, and yes, they won that game, but they only won that game by 7. You got to win this game by margin. While I think LSU, the ceiling has risen for them, and I've liked what I've seen so far. Yeah, that's what the gut tells me Gators. The brain tells me LSU could be really, really good this year. And maybe Florida, that's a sign they got exposed a little bit with that loss to South Florida, especially Lagway, but very, very intriguing game. No denying that, but I'm still leaning Florida here in this one. C-Mac, what do you think? Saturday night ABC, Florida, LSU.
I think you back LSU if you really think this defense is for real. But I don't trust it. So I don't. I don't trust the coach. I don't trust. The defense looked very good again. I know La Tech scored. It was just the sleepy game, though, between the two, like we talked about. They scored in the fourth quarter. The cover was pretty easy there. So, man, I think Lagway could play better. It's just not an easy spot for Florida. I think they could keep this maybe a one-score game. This is one I want to look at a little bit more. So just to lean on Florida here at 9.5. And we got a low total with LSU with his defense now all of a sudden. And the Florida game basically was, 18-16 final.
Well, that's the thing. That's a good point. How good's Clemson? We all thought, what a huge win.
Well, there's another thing there.
Clemson looked like a bag of ass in the first half last week against Troy at home. Booed in their own stadium. So how good is Clemson? And that's the team that we're all saying that LSU, look out LSU now. Look what they did to Clemson. Well, Clemson turns around and looks like a bag of shit for 30 minutes against Troy at home last week.
Yeah, so early, some of these, it's just like, yeah. I think the talent, though, with Florida, with Lagway, that look out. Even though LSU at home here at night, it's a tough place. Not easy.
It can be a tough place.
Death Valley.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ready yet to trust this Brian Kelly and LSU in this kind of where they got to win by double digits. By the way, they were only 1-1 ATS as SEC home favorites last year. Against Oklahoma, they won, but Vanderbilt they won, but they didn't cover. They only won by 7. against Vanderbilt, and they were laying 10 in that game at home
And
against
guess what?
Vanderbilt. Yeah.
That would get you the win here.
Yeah. That won't get you the win if you're going to lay 9.5, 10 if they only win by 7 here, like they did against Vanderbilt last year. Yep. So, like I said, it's nice. It's if you believe in buy low, buy when the stock is low, handicapping. You're definitely eyeing Florida here in this game.